Welcome to our GEO guide. Today's mission is really decoding three acronyms that are, quite honestly, entirely dictating how information is discovered online right now. We're talking about SEO, AEO, and GEO.
Yeah, and they are literally everywhere. We're pulling our insights today from a really an incredibly thorough essay by Jörg-Owe.
His work is just fantastic. It cuts right through the noise to explain, the actual mechanics of modern search.
Totally. Schneppat breaks down exactly how these systems operate behind the scenes.
Right. But before we get into Schneppat's technical architecture, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are trying to open a stunning world-class bookstore in the middle of a massive, sprawling metropolis.
Okay, I can picture that.
You have curated the absolute best collection of books. You have the coziest reading chairs. The lighting is perfect. You are completely ready for customers.
The problem is the city planners haven't built any roads leading to your store. You aren't on any maps. The street signs are all blank.
Yeah.
And the subway doesn't stop anywhere near your block.
Exactly. You are practically invisible. And, well, let's push that scenario even further.
Okay.
Let's say a customer does magically parachute through your roof into the store.
Like they just drop right in.
Right. And they ask you a simple, direct question like, where is the new sci-fi bestseller?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of just pointing to the shelf or handing it to them, you make them wander through a maze of disorganized aisles and read through your entire store inventory just to find that one title.
Oh, they're going to walk out the door immediately. They're going to find a store that actually respects their time.
Absolutely. And if they somehow decide to stay, and they want to know why that specific sci-fi book is worth reading, but you can't explain the plot.
Right, or the author's background.
Yeah, or why it's a better choice than the other books on the table. I mean, they aren't going to trust your recommendation. You might have the book, but you don't have the authority.
Which beautifully captures the tension of the modern digital landscape. I mean, you need the roads to get them there. You need the architecture to answer their quick questions instantly.
And you need the depth to prove you are a trusted authority.
Exactly. Schneppat's central thesis in his essay tackles this exact friction. He argues that website owners constantly confuse these three concepts, SEO, AEO, and GEO.
Like they think they're all just the same thing.
Right, like it's just a revolving door of new marketing buzzwords for the same old work. But his core premise is that they are fundamentally different layers of a modern search strategy.
They solve entirely different mechanical problems.
I really do.
Okay, let's unpack this. To really grasp what Schneppat is laying out, we have to look at how the user's search experience has actually evolved.
And Schneppat maps this out perfectly by breaking the internet's timeline into three distinct eras.
Right. So in the beginning, we had classic search. You type a query, the engine matches your keywords, and you get a list of blue links.
That is the traditional playground of SEO. Then, user behavior shifted pretty dramatically. We entered the era of answer-focused search.
Like voice assistants and things like that.
Exactly. A user asks a direct question, often speaking into their phone while driving or, cooking, and they expect a short, direct answer right back.
Yeah, they are not looking to browse at all.
No, they want a friction-free transaction of facts, and that is the domain of AEO.
And now we are fully in the era of generative search.
Oh, absolutely.
A user enters a complex prompt and gets a longer AI-generated explanation that the system has synthesized from multiple different sources in real time.
And this new, highly complex arena is exactly where GEO comes into play.
I like to think of this evolution and Schneppat's three layers, kind of like building a house.
Oh, I love that. The construction metaphor works incredibly well for Schneppat's framework.
Right, so SEO is pouring the concrete foundation and putting up the load-bearing walls. If you don't have that structural integrity,
You don't have a house at all.
Exactly. Then AEO is framing the rooms and putting up clear signage so people can actually navigate the space.
It's what allows someone to find the kitchen or the bathroom instantly when they walk in.
Right. But GEO is decorating the house. It's filling it with incredibly valuable items, family photos, a locked safe, a library.
It's what makes the house a home.
And more importantly, it's what makes people actually want to stay, sit down, and trust the homeowner's expertise.
Schneppat's primary warning really hinges on that exact layering. He is adamant that website owners should never treat these three acronyms as competitors fighting for a budget.
Right, like you don't choose between a concrete foundation and a comfortable sofa.
You really can't. Schneppet insists they must be built in sequence. SEO prepares the foundation, AEO improves your immediate answer readiness.
And GEO prepares your content for those complex AI-generated search experiences where trust is the currency.
Spot on.
Since every house needs a foundation, our first stop in Schneppet's architecture is SEO, search engine optimization.
We all know the basics, right? Keywords, backlinks, trying to rank higher in the organic search results.
Sure, but Schneppet focuses heavily on the hidden mechanics here. The technical structure, the crawlability, and indexability.
According to Schneppet, this is where most creators fail before they even start.
Wait, really? Just on the technical stuff?
Oh, yeah. SEO is the mechanism that allows search engine bots to physically access and catalog your site. We are talking about the unseen plumbing.
Okay, that makes sense.
He points out that without robust SEO, a page is practically invisible to the machines that run the internet.
He gives a great example of how delicate this plumbing is, actually.
Oh, the robots.txt example.
Yeah. If you have the most beautifully written, insightful article in the world, but your website is blocked by a simple line of code in a robots.txt file.
The bots just turn around.
Exactly. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Or if your text is buried in a poorly rendered script, or, hidden inside an image that a text trawler can't read.
It cannot perform in any search environment, period.
We also have to consider the elements Schneppet highlights, like metadata and canonical URLs.
Let me jump in on that because those terms get thrown around a lot without much explanation.
Go for it. Let's make it practical for the listener.
Think of metadata as the labels on your moving boxes. If you pack a box full of kitchen appliances but leave the outside blank.
The movers have no idea where to put it.
Exactly. Metadata tells the crawler exactly what is inside the page. And canonical URLs are basically the master copy in a file system.
Like when you have a bunch of duplicates.
Right. If you have three slightly different versions of the same product page, maybe one is sorted by price, one by color, a crawler gets super confused about which one to rank.
So a canonical URL is a piece of code that points to one page and says, ignore the duplicates, this is the official version.
Yes. If we connect this to the bigger picture, you can see why Schneppet views SEO as non-negotiable infrastructure. The crawlers need those box labels and that master copy to make sense of the chaos.
But wait, let me push back a bit on behalf of the listener, because I hear people saying SEO is dead all the time right now because of the rise of AI.
Oh, the classic SEO is deadline.
Right. The argument goes like this.
Hmm.
You just type what you want into a chatbot. It gives you the answer. So who really cares about classic search rankings anymore?
I hear that constantly.
So is Schneppet really saying we still have to spend our time worrying about site architecture and page speed?
He takes a very firm, unapologetic stance on this. GEO depends entirely on SEO.
Entirely.
Yes. Think about how a generative AI model actually fetches its information in real time to answer a user's prompt.
Yeah.
It relies on a process where it retrieves information from the live web to ground its answers, and it uses the exact same crawlers and indexes that classic search engines use.
Oh, wow. So if your SEO is broken.
If those bots can't access your site, or if your site architecture is a chaotic mess without internal links, the AI literally cannot see your content.
It cannot summarize what it cannot crawl.
Exactly. SEO is this delivery mechanism for AI.
So the foundation is absolute. You have to let the bots in.
You have to.
Once you are visible and crawled, the next challenge becomes providing immediate frictionless value to the user.
And that brings us to Schneppet's second layer, AEO, which stands for Answer Engine Optimization.
AEO requires you to structure your content so it can answer specific questions clearly and directly.
Schneppet notes this became a distinct discipline because search engines started pulling information out of websites and displaying it directly on the search results page.
You see this all the time with knowledge panels, right?
Yeah.
Those big information boxes that pop up on the right side of your screen when you search for a celebrity or a company.
Yeah, pulling facts from all over the web, or featured snippets where the answer is highlighted at the very top.
AEO focuses entirely on that question-based visibility.
And it forces a total mindset shift away from traditional SEO. Schneppet points out that instead of just optimizing for a broad keyword.
Like stuffing the phrase, best running shoes, onto a page 30 times.
Right, don't do that. AEO asks, what is the specific granular question the user is asking, and what is the absolute shortest, most useful answer I can provide?
It's heavily reliant on formatting, isn't it?
Hugely. An AEO-optimized page relies on clear question headings, short, direct answers placed immediately below those headings, and step-by-step explanations, numbered lists, tables, and concise summaries.
Like if someone asks, what does crawlability mean? An AEO page doesn't start with a 3-paragraph history of the internet.
No, it has a clean one-sentence definition right at the top.
Reading Schneppat's breakdown, AEO basically trains website owners to think in terms of real conversational human questions.
It really does.
It actually reminds me of a trivia night champion.
A trivia champion, that is a great way to look at it.
Yeah, because a trivia champion is highly effective. You ask them the capital of Peru, and instantly, without missing a beat, they say Lima.
Precise, correct, instant. That is AEO.
It serves a very specific high-speed purpose. But if you want to understand the complex geopolitical history of South America over the last 2 centuries...
You don't want the trivia champion teaching a semester-long college course.
Exactly. They know the facts, but they might lack the deep interconnected context. You need a professor for that.
Schneppat literally calls AEO the bridge between classic SEO and the future of search for this exact reason.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
AEO is fantastic at helping a page answer, what is this, or how much does this cost? But Schneppat warns that AEO alone is often entirely too shallow for generative AI systems.
Because the generative systems are trying to answer the professor questions.
Yes. They are looking for why does this matter, how does it work under the hood, and what are the risks involved.
That limitation, the shallowness of just providing a fast fact, naturally pulls us to the need for deeper context.
Which brings us to Schneppat's ultimate focus, the third layer.
GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization.
This is where the paradigm truly shifts. GEO is the process of making a page a trustworthy, citable source for AI-generated answers.
Right, because a generative system isn't just pulling a single-featured snippet like an answer engine does.
Exactly. It is actively analyzing dozens of pages, cross-referencing different sources, weighing conflicting information, and synthesizing a comprehensive original answer.
To be chosen as the source material for that AI, Schneppat says your page needs reliable explanations, precise statements, massive topical depth.
And something called entity clarity.
Okay, let's pause on entity clarity because that is a massive concept in how AI actually reads the web.
It's fundamental.
And AI doesn't read words the way we do. It maps relationships. It looks at the internet as a giant web of entities. People, places, concepts, companies.
Right, and entity clarity means your content clearly establishes the relationship between these nouns.
For example, if you are writing about electric cars, the AI expects to see clear connections to entities like battery capacity, charging infrastructure, and specific manufacturers.
If you just vaguely talk about going fast and saving gas, the AI doesn't recognize you as an authority because you aren't connecting the right entities.
Schneppat highlights a critical scenario regarding this that every content creator needs to internalize.
Oh, the scenario with the identical definitions.
Yes. He says, imagine 10 different websites all define the exact same industry term in basically the exact same way.
They all have perfect SEO.
Right. And they all have great AEO-style trivia champion definitions.
If 10 pages are identical, the generative AI has absolutely no reason to prefer one over the other.
Here's where it gets really interesting. So if 10 pages have the same definition, how does Schneppat say we actually stand out to the AI?
Schneppat's solution is the source layer.
Okay, the source layer.
If the basic facts are a commodity, GEO requires you to mathematically prove who created the content and why they are uniquely qualified to talk about it.
So it's about credentials.
Yes, and it requires adding highly original, real-world examples that aren't found anywhere else in the AI's training data.
It means keeping the information relentlessly updated and supporting every major claim with empirical evidence.
It's about feeding the machine trust signals to achieve what Schneppat calls source-worthy quality.
But how does an AI actually detect a trust signal, though? I mean, it's not human. It can't feel trust.
It detects trust through digital footprints and verification. What's fascinating here is how generative systems weigh credibility.
Right.
The AI looks at the author's entity graph. Is this author mentioned on other reputable industry sites? Does the page link out to primary data sources? Are there inbound links from educational institutions?
Ah, so it's all about verifiable connections.
Exactly. If page A has a generic definition written by an anonymous admin, and page B has the same definition, but it includes an original data chart, quotes from an entity recognized as an industry veteran.
And cites 3 recent case studies.
Yes. The AI's algorithm calculates page B as having a higher probability of accuracy. It weighs those variables and chooses page B as the authoritative source.
Which brings up a really tough dilemma that Schneepat doesn't shy away from.
The traffic dilemma.
Yeah. If these generative AI systems are doing such a great job summarizing all this deep, source-worthy information for the user, why would the user ever actually visit the website?
It's a valid concern.
If I do all the hard work of GEO and the AI reads my brilliant article and just gives the user the perfect summary, aren't I losing out? Like, my traffic goes to zero.
It's the ultimate fear for website owners right now, the zero-click search. Schneepat addresses this head-on with a very hard truth.
Which is?
Users absolutely may get basic information from an AI and never click your link.
Wow, okay.
If your page only offers basic information, if you are just a trivia champion, your traffic is going to drop to zero.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? It means the game has fundamentally changed.
It really has.
We have shifted from just getting clicks with catchy headlines to earning attention with undeniable, unsummarizable value.
Schneepat outlines exactly when users will click. They will click through the AI citation if they need more detail than a summary can provide.
Right. Or they will click if they want to rigorously verify the source themselves.
They will also click if they need to physically buy a product, or if they want to use a specific interactive tool or download a resource.
He uses the example of email marketing to illustrate this survival tactic, which I love.
It's a great example.
If you have a generic page titled, "What is email marketing?" an AI will easily summarize that in 2 paragraphs, and you will lose those clicks entirely.
But if you build a page that includes actual campaign examples, interactive calculators for open rates,
Benchmark data for different industries,
and downloadable templates, plus expert recommendations on avoiding common mistakes, that page will survive.
because the AI might summarize the definition of email marketing, but the user has to click through your link to actually get the template and use the calculator.
This raises an important question, and Schneepat provides a checklist for creators to run their content through to survive this shift.
You really have to ask yourself, does this page offer something beyond the obvious?
Reading a short AI summary.
And most importantly, would a generative system mathematically trust this page as a source?
If the answer to any of those is no, Schneepat says your page needs a complete overhaul.
To really ground all this theory into a real-world aha moment, Schneepat gives a highly practical example in his essay.
The roofing company.
Yes. He asks us to imagine a local roofing company that wants to create a page about roof repair costs. Let's walk through how this one page tackles all 3 layers of Schneepat's architecture.
Starting with the foundation, the SEO approach.
Right.
For SEO, the company has to ensure the page loads quickly, the images are compressed, the metadata is accurate, and the site is easily crawlable.
They would target specific, high-intent keywords like roof repair near me or roof repair company in their headers.
That plumbing gets them into the traditional search engine index.
Once the bots can get in, we move to the bridge, the AEO approach.
To optimize for answer engines, the roofer wouldn't bury the price at the bottom of a long essay.
No, they would add a clean, direct, one-sentence answer right at the top of the page answering the specific question. How much does roof repair cost?
Maybe they include a structured FAQ section right below it. This makes them eligible to be the voice answer when someone asks their smart speaker about roofing costs.
And finally, the ultimate layer, the GEO approach.
To make the page source-worthy for an AI trying to write a comprehensive guide on home repair, the roofing company doesn't just stop at the short answer.
They add a realistic, detailed cost table breaking down materials versus labor.
They discuss how local climate factors in their specific city impact the pricing and the lifespan of different shingles.
They upload original, high-resolution photos showing different types of roof damage they've personally encountered.
They provide a step-by-step inspection guide for homeowners and prominently display their company credentials and state licensing to prove their entity authority.
And embed verified customer reviews. I just marvel at how that single page now perfectly serves 3 entirely different masters.
It really does.
It has the technical plumbing to rank in classic search. It has the formatting to trigger a voice assistant to answer a direct question instantly.
And it has the depth, originality, and verifiable trust signals for an AI to cite it as the ultimate authority on local roofing.
That brings us to Schneepat's ultimate strategic lesson.
The best modern content isn't written just for algorithms, but it's also not written just for humans anymore either.
It's written for a complex, blended environment where human readers, Search engine crawlers and generative AI systems all interact with the exact same page simultaneously.
You have to satisfy the mechanical needs of all three.
It's a tall order, but Schnepat's framework makes it incredibly manageable.
It really provides a clear roadmap.
So to summarize Schnepat's core philosophy one last time, SEO is the unshakable foundation that helps you appear to the bots.
AEO is the bridge that helps you answer direct questions instantly.
And GEO is the source layer that helps you be trusted by the machines synthesizing knowledge.
They are not competitors fighting for your attention. They are the necessary sequential stages of search maturity.
Well said.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought that builds on Schnepat's work. We've discussed how GEO requires us to constantly prove our human expertise, our real-world experience, and our trustworthiness to AI systems just so they will mathematically calculate us as worthy of a citation.
Right.
We really have to wonder, as these systems evolve, how will AI algorithms eventually measure something as deeply abstract and subjective as human authenticity in the years to come?
Oh, wow.
Going back to our opening metaphor, it's one thing for the city planners to build the roads, and it's another to frame the walls of the bookstore. But how does a machine truly measure the warmth, the curation, and the soul of the home you've built?
That is a fascinating question and definitely something to ponder
Yeah.
as you look at your own digital footprint and how you are presenting your expertise to the world.
That concludes our deep dive into Jörg-Owe Schnepat's masterful essay on SEO, AEO, and GEO. For more resources and to explore these concepts further, be sure to visit the website blue3w.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.